friends, welcome back to my channel. For this video, I'd like to share with you my 5 tips for daily journaling. You may have read online about the different benefits of journaling, how they help you be more productive, process your thoughts and feelings, realize your dreams and goals, or even just have a written document of your life. I know that daily journaling has helped me immensely. All of these things have been true for me. And as you can see, these are all the journals that I've finished in the last year alone. April 2019 to April 2020. I'm actually still working on this one. But I have learned a lot along the way, going from online journaling through most of my life to daily written journaling last year. So I hope my tips help you if you're maybe feeling overwhelmed and you don't know where to start. I'm actually going to take my current journal back because this is where I kept my notes. My first tip for you and my biggest tip for anybody looking to start journaling is don't think of your journal as a memoir. The biggest mistake you make when starting out is thinking that your journal has to be this beautiful, structured autobiography to be read for generations. But published memoirs are drafted, proofread, edited. There's a literary agent, an editor, a publisher attached to those projects. Your journal is the complete opposite. Ultimately, journals aren't meant for public consumption. They're meant to serve you. They exist for you to dump all of your thoughts and feelings into, gain insight, let go of negativity, and whatever else you need to better your mental and emotional well-being. And as you journal, you might discover that your brain doesn't always have these complete thoughts. And that's okay. Just write down whatever's going through your mind. And I'll show you an example of one of my entries just to show you how mundane journaling can be. I have this entry from May 3rd, 2019, Friday. Morning mood, still sick. Really looking forward to getting better. I'm so tired of drinking soup. Evening mood, grumpy. I'm so over this cold. And that's all I wrote that day. As you can see, I was not having it with my cold. I was also pregnant at the time. So, that wasn't a very insightful entry. But those were my honest thoughts at the time. And that's what you should be writing in your journal. Don't be afraid to seem boring or uninteresting because your journal is for you. So shift your mindset about what journaling is about. It's not for others, it's for you. And once you get to the proper mentality, you're halfway there. My second tip for you is to start small and cheap. If you watch journaling videos on YouTube, you'll see lots of talk about notebooks and fountain pens, paper quality, fountain pen nibs, letter covers, different sizes, and these are fun to talk about. But if you're just starting out, I'd say don't even worry about that stuff just yet. Start with what you already have. For example, I started with cheap notebooks that I had lying around. I did upcycle them with scrapbooking supplies that I have on hand. But if you go through my very first journal here, you'll see that the paper isn't that special. This is just, I don't know, a $1 notebook we picked up at Walmart years ago. But this is what I had. And so I started with this one. I knew that I wasn't ready to invest in journaling just yet because I wanted to see if written journaling was going to work for me, because as I mentioned before, I was online journaling before. Shout out to anybody who used LiveJournal or Tumblr in the past. So I worked with what I had. And even with my pens, I started with this Pilot G2. We had a pack of these in the office, so this is what I wrote with, and it was fine. And then when I finished my first journal, I continued to use the cheap notebooks that we had. As you can see, again, nothing special. The paper quality was okay, but they served the purpose for me, and that's all that mattered. I upgraded my supplies slowly over time as I built the daily habit of journaling. But until you're at a certain level of confidence with your journal, I would say just start simple. If not, you're going to feel guilt over spending so much money on notebooks and feel this pressure to journal, and that's just going to suck the joy out of you. So start small first, build up the habit first, and then you can invest in all the pretty notebooks and fountain pens and inks and letter covers and all that fun stuff. And by the way, if you do decide to delve into fountain pens and letter covers, prepare your wallet because it is very, very expensive. My third tip for you is to let go of perfection. Let go of the expectation that your journal should be perfect. You don't need perfect handwriting. Your collages don't have to align perfectly. And you don't even need perfect grammar. Seasoned journalers will tell you the same thing. Don't be afraid of mistakes. I make mistakes on my journal all the time. I scratch things out. As you can see, there's a scratch over there. I've got globs of ink on my notebook before, and I just kept on writing. And it actually happened again just today. I bought a new Flex fountain pen and I think I didn't put it together right because when I started writing, a huge glob fell on my notebook and now I have this gigantic stain on my page, and that's okay. The more you journal, the more mistakes you're going to make, so don't be afraid. And that's why I say start small in the beginning, because cheaper supply, again, will take off the pressure to be perfect and you won't feel like you wasted your money because of all the mistakes you're making. That's also why you shouldn't look at your journal as a memoir, because if other people aren't going to see it, then there's no need to make it appealing for others. So accept imperfection, accept that you're going to make mistakes, and you'll find that journaling will become a lot more enjoyable for you. My fourth tip is don't limit yourself to just writing. Your journal can be anything you want it to be. It can be an art journal, it can be a doodle journal, it can be a stream of consciousness journal, anything you need it to be. I did pick out some pages to show you so you can get an idea of how I use my journal personally. And over here, as you can see, I just did a page about new pens. And my lettering back then wasn't very good, but that's okay. No one's meant to see this. I've also done doodle practice. And these are actually really cute. I don't know why I stopped doodling. I think I want to get back on that. And then here is another doodle spread. And then I wrote down a reminder here to take my vitamins. And then on this journal, here I've got a swatch page for some new stamps that I got on AliExpress. I just wanted to try them out. And then in this journal, I have a spread of just this. These are what I call my anxiety scribbles. If I feel really overwhelmed, I just take my pen and I just start scribbling away on my notebook and just let my pen do its thing. And it's actually really therapeutic. Let your journal be what you need it to be at that moment. Your journal is a judgment-free zone, so don't be afraid to do whatever you want with it. My fifth and final tip for you is to use prompts. If you're stuck on what to write, don't be afraid to use prompts. Not only will they help you get over a journaling slump, they'll also help you think of entries that you might not have thought of writing. Here's an example of a prompt that I picked up online, things I'd rather be doing right now. So, this. I wrote in this journal when my baby was a newborn, so my number one thing was sleep, literally be unconscious, scrapbooking, slumbering, watching videos, dreaming in my effing sleep. Cool. I wasn't getting a lot of sleep, if you couldn't tell. I also did daily prompt challenges that I would find on Instagram. You can also use Pinterest, or just Google journaling prompts. There's plenty of pages online. I also like the Paper Blanks app. You can download it on iPhone and Android. There are many options online for journaling prompts. So don't be afraid to use them. So those are my 5 tips. I hope they help you out. Journaling can be really fun and it can serve you in so many ways. Just get started. Thank you so much for watching. This is Spellbound Notes and I will see you next time. Bye!